Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the Creative Write podcast. Today we are going to talk about self-publishing and kind of the image of self-publishing people might have, or well, some people have. Um, but yeah, once again, all my information is in the episode description, so check that out. Subscribe to my mailing list. Check out my social media, follow me there, and so on. But yeah, so self-publishing. A lot of people think self-publishing authors aren't as good as traditionally published authors, but I'm gonna just say this. I know many self-published authors that are better than traditionally published authors. Obviously there's good and bad on both sides. And yes, there are some self-published books that, they look self-published and sometimes they even look self-published on the inside. But for example, the books I usually read that are self-published, they are usually edited by someone who knows what they're doing, so a professional editor. And the cover is usually made by a professional. Uh, or actually, I even know people who have done their own covers, but they have the experience and skill set to do that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Why wouldn't you do it yourself and save money if you can do it professionally? I mean, I definitely would do that, and I have done that. Because I have experience in photo editing and so on. So yeah, and graphic design and so on. But yeah, self-published authors, yes, there aren't as many gatekeepers as there are in traditionally, uh, you know, publishing. Traditional publishing, there's gatekeepers. Uh, Actually, it's different in many countries. For example, in Finland, you rarely have an agent. We don't have that here. If you want to publish a book here with a Finnish publisher, you don't need an agent. But then on the other hand, I believe in US and the UK at least, you need an agent because there's just so many more writers, you know, writers out there, and I believe you rarely get your book published without an agent over there. But here you rarely even have an agent. And yeah, I definitely think yes, there are self-published books that they are self-published and you can see that, and they haven't been edited and so on. There's those too, but I don't think bad books should, or like bad examples should ruin like the whole thing, like self-publishing industry, because there are books that have cost the author like easy like 3,000 euros dollars, um sometimes even more, because they have professionally gotten them edited and so on. So, for example, editing costs, it costs a lot. But then again, I also know self published authors who are also editors, and I don't think they need editing, and I think they're still excellent quality. So I don't think it's all about that, but, you know, it's about the quality. And I think there are many self-published indie books that are good quality, even better quality than some of the traditionally published books. Honestly, I think I usually find more typos, for example, in traditionally published books than I do in self-published books. So just saying. And I'm not saying traditionally published books are bad or anything. I think most of my books are still traditionally published books, like the ones I have over there on my bookshelf. Most of them are definitely traditionally published, but I have started buying more and more self-published books because there's more and more people who know what they're doing with self-publishing, and they, have done it professionally from the start even. And I mean, more and more people are, know how to hire an editor and know that they need an editor and so on. So I feel like self-publishing industry is there's more and more people who are doing it professionally, just as professionally as any publishing house. Um, so yeah, I don't see why you would think less of of a book that's self-published, when it might actually be even better quality than a traditional published book, especially because traditional published books, usually there's those that the publishing house puts everything into. Usually there's like this one book, they are going to make a big thing out of it. But then there's like smaller authors and lesser known books, and I don't think they put that much like hard work into all of those. And obviously this depends on publishing houses and everything. I'm not saying that you need to be J.K. Rowling or Stephen King or someone to have a great book published traditionally. Obviously not. That's not what I mean. But still, some self-published books they go through so many, so much work. Sometimes even more than traditionally published books. So yeah, I think it's all about the quality. If the self-publishing author knows what they're doing, I think the quality is the same as in traditionally published books. It might be even better. It might be worse too, but if they, if you do even a little bit of research, you usually know which authors have the books edited and so on. Professionally edited. And usually the cover tells a lot too. I know some people put their money into the cover and then don't pay for editing. I know. Then they might have a great cover that looks like, yeah, that's professionally done, but then it's not edited. Yes, that's kind of But then on the other hand, if you look, I know it takes a little bit of work, but if you look into, the, look into the book, look into the author, you usually know whether or not they, have their book edited. So, as I've been saying this whole time, self-publishing books, yes, there are bad ones, but there's also bad ones in traditionally published books. But yes, I know traditionally published books, I guess, they are all edited and so on. I think I haven't heard of a traditional published book that wasn't edited or anything. So yeah, I know there's more professionals perhaps working there than there is when an author does everything themselves for the book, cover editing and all that. Especially, and once again, it's all about, does the author have experience? If you have like a degree in English and you have experience with graphic design, why wouldn't you be able to, do that? Especially with beta readers, alpha readers, critic partners, and perhaps then you'd hire a proofreader to go through your editing, and I don't know. I know self-published authors who are, editors, and I don't think they need to have their books edited the way, many other authors do. So yeah, just a thought. And I mean, I believe there's even editing courses, like learn to be a copy editor, basically. And I also think working with editors can also teach you a lot about editing, which I actually have talked about in an episode, which I believe will be out before this one. It's about learning from feedback, and if it isn't out yet, it will be at some point. Because at the time of filming this, it's August, and I think this will be out in October. So yeah. But if you are planning to be a self-published author, do everything professionally as you can. Yes, it costs you money, and I know that's, for some people, that's, they don't have the money or something. I know, but well, I went and got a job to pay for my editing. So yeah, I don't know about your experience, but do your book as professional as you can when you're self-publishing, because when you do it professionally, it's the same quality as traditionally published books, and that means, you're as much an author as anyone else, traditionally published or not. Just do everything professionally, and that's my whole point here. It's all about the quality and doing professional work. So yeah, self-publishing isn't like cheating or something, cheating the system or something, if you do it professionally, if you do it like they do in traditional publishing. So yeah, just wanted to tell that, because I feel like some people are thinking about self-publishing, but then they're like, is it, am I even an author if I'm self-published? Yes, you are an author if you do everything professionally. That's my opinion. And yeah, thank you so much for watching again or listening again. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you subscribe to my mailing list, follow me on social media, and so on. And check out the next episode when it comes out. New episode every Tuesday. Sorry, not Thursday, Tuesday. And yeah, thank you so much for being here once again. Happy writing and goodbye, creatives.